things you have to do with curly hair. Hi, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for clicking on this video. So last year I posted a curly hair routine, like my first time ever trying out a curly hair routine, and I was so surprised, pleasantly surprised. It did really well on my channel. I'm someone who's always hated the way my natural hair looked. I've always had textured wavy curly hair, but I never really knew what to do with it. But my previous video, I noticed that every single product in that video is super pricey and expensive. So I went on a hunt for good drugstore options and to come up with an amazing curly hair routine using only drugstore products, because drugstore hair care has come such a long way. Sometimes affordable hair care is so much better than expensive hair care. So this is my curly hair routine using only products from the drugstore, only affordable products. So for my shampoo, I've chosen the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly Wash Curl Defining Shampoo with vitamin B5. It's a shampoo that's formulated without sulfates and silicones for wavy and curly hair, and I really like this shampoo because it gives me a really good lather. For conditioner, I chose the Frieda Frizz Ease Dream Curls Curl Defining Conditioner. Maybe if hair masks are not your thing and they weigh your hair down, this is a very good conditioner, especially for people with wavy hair. For my leave-in conditioner, I chose the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In product. This is also a drugstore like icon staple. It smells really nice, it's very lightweight, does the job, conditions my hair, leaves my hair feeling really soft. Next step is curl cream, such an important step, and I've chosen to Fix My Curls Curl Quenching Hair Butter. As far as curl creams go, this one's an amazing product. Fix My Curls, I think they've updated their packaging. If you look this product up on the internet, it might look a little different, but I'm sure that the formula remains the same. If I were to consider the price point and the fact that you can get it on literally any food delivery app, this is hands down one of the best curl creams I've ever used. It's so moisturizing, it's so conditioning, and it smells lovely. I will say, however, that little goes a very long way with this one in particular. It can be very, very heavy if you're not careful with how much product you're using. So I'm always very mindful of that. Whenever I use this curl cream, I take a very small amount. But honestly, if you're looking for a good, affordable curl cream option, I would highly suggest looking into this one. Then we have hair mousse. I'm using the Giovanni Air Turbocharged Hairstyling Foam. This gives you medium to firm hold, and this is just such a brilliant product. I've really enjoyed using this foam, and I recommend it to literally anyone. If you're looking for a hair foam, I would highly suggest trying any product that has ingredients like copolymer or polyquaternium in the ingredients list. And this foam in particular, on its own, it does offer like a good amount of hold. I really like this product because even on days when I just have to refresh my hair and I'm not going in with a full curly hair routine, this foam gives me such a good hair refresh. And for my hair gel, of course, like any good curly hair routine needs to have a great curl gel. I had to choose a drugstore icon. This is the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly. Like this product, I'm sure you've seen it somewhere in your life if you're into curly hair. If there was like a curly hair hall of fame, I'm sure this product would have a spot in that revered space. It offers like a medium hold, but the hold is definitely there. Like it's not one of those gels that you can't feel a cast in your hair, that they're so light that you don't even know if you've applied gel in the first place. But it's also not like a very hard hold gel where you can't break the cast. So fantastic product. I'm very excited to use it in this routine. And any good curly hair routine needs a hair oil to scrunch out the crunch. And for this routine, I've chosen the OGX Argan Oil of Morocco Extra Penetrating Oil. This is a great product. I'm sure you've seen this on the internet. This hair oil, a little goes a very long way. I don't need to use a lot. It makes my hair look very shiny, and it does help scrunch out that crunch very well. So this is the hair oil I've chosen for this drugstore curly hair routine. So I've just stepped out of the shower. My hair is completely wet. So let's start with the first product, and that's leave-in conditioner. I will be using a lot of products. I use very little of each product, if that makes sense. I'm not taking a lot. I think that's enough for my hair. And I'll focus this mainly on the mids and ends, and if there's anything that's left, I'll apply it near my roots. Detangle, detangle, always detangle. All these like products that I'm using on my hair, they need to be distributed like evenly, and a good detangling brush can help you do that. Product number 2 in this curly hair routine is a curl cream. Before I do that, however, I will separate my hair into two. This just makes the application process easier. During my experimenting phase, the one thing that I realized is that whenever I have a flop curly hair routine is always because I've used too much curl cream. I feel very tempted to use a lot. I mean, my hair cannot handle products, so curl creams usually have very heavy butters, oils, and like very heavy ingredients, and my hair type personally can't handle it. So I've learned my lesson, and it's very important to not use too much curl cream if your hair is like mine. Otherwise, if you have coarse hair, maybe it just depending on your hair type. So with curl cream, I've realized that less is more. I think I think this is perfect. This is how much I use for one side of my head, not a lot. That's just the most important thing to note. And I just work this in through my whole like section, and always making sure my hair is like super wet. I focus mainly on the ends and the mids, and then with whatever's left I just focus on my roots. I want my roots to be bouncy and curly, and using too much like overly moisturizing products can do the opposite. Step number 2 is done. Curl cream has been applied, and now let's move on to the third step, which is styling mousse. Sometimes I can even skip curl cream and go straight to mousse, because hair mousse always has nice moisturizing ingredients, hold ingredients. So sometimes I can only apply mousse and be done with it. Whenever I buy a hair mousse, I always look at the ingredients list, and I look for hold ingredients like, polyquaternium or polymers. These are the ingredients that I look for, because I want my mousse to give me like some hold. But this is such a fantastic product. I've already run out. I give it a good shake. I mean, this is a foam, but I'll call this a mousse. Roughly around 5 pumps for like one side of my head, and do the same thing really. Just focus on my mids and ends and a little bit on my roots. This product I can take right to my scalp because it's so lightweight. I'm not worried that it'll weigh my hair down. I like to work this into my hair with my fingers as evenly as possible. And my hair is still pretty wet. And now it's time for the Bouncecurl brush. This has changed my life. I remember in the last video, I still wasn't sure about it. Like, does it really do anything? I was still on the fence. But I don't think I can do a curly hair routine without this brush. It makes my curls look like their absolute best. This makes styling your hair so quick. But here we go. I'll take like a small section. I'll place the brush under the section, and then just move it down with tension, like tightly, and then let go, and then shake. I'll keep doing that to the rest of my hair. Place it under, move it down, shake. Place it behind the section like this, and then just let go. And if there are any wonky sections, I just fix them. I know it looks a little complicated at first. It's not. You just need to practice a little. This side already looks curlier than this one, so I'll repeat the same thing on this side and be right back. Now we move on to the most important step. Like, this is the most irritating, headache inducing step in this routine, but if I don't do this step right, my whole routine can suck. First, I'll remove these bangs. Just get them out of the way. When you're doing a curly hair routine, always have a spray bottle on hand. It will save you so much time and so much effort. My hair is nice and saturated. This side is like complete, it's like dripping wet, and that's exactly what you need for gel. So I take somewhere around this much gel. I'm quite generous with gel, and I always take some water. Sometimes if a gel isn't very runny, it can be difficult to apply it, so always add some water to your gel. And instead of combing it through my hair, I think it's called raking, instead of raking it through my hair, I will simply press my hands on my hair just like this, and gently glaze the gel on top. I feel like this is how I get nice curls that aren't stringy, and my hair doesn't end up looking dry and brittle like it can sometimes with gel if I press it onto my hair instead of raking it through, place it on top. I take my hair and just in the palm of my hands lift it, and there you go. Did you hear that sound? That's exactly what you should hear. Just to make sure I have enough water. Okay. And I always like to lift my hair all the way to the root. And I'm being very gentle. Like, if you notice, I'm not scrunching my hair like da 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 da. Take it very gently all the way to your root and let it go. Gel has been applied. The next step is optional, but really just for people with bangs. My bangs are very short and they're completely dry. I just take some water and spray them down, like make sure they're wet. So these are completely wet, and at this point you could just blow dry them if you want to. That's what I do sometimes. But for this video, I want to show you what you can do if you don't want to blow dry them and just air dry bangs. Just divide the bangs into like 3 sections. I'll take a roller, like a very small mini roller, and roll this middle section downward. So I'll place the roller under the section, pull it forward, and just roll it. There you go. Another roller, take this side section and do the same thing. Just place it under my hair and then roll it in, and then secure it in place. Could either air dry my hair, which takes a lot of time because I've used gel, at least 4 hours for my hair to dry. Now, sometimes I can do that. I have one more option, and that's using a diffuser to dry my hair. I will say that if you have curly or wavy hair and you've been thinking of getting a diffuser, I would really encourage you to think about getting one. First thing I do is I hover diffuse. That means is I take my diffuser at medium heat and medium speed. All I do is hover this thing around my hair. Imagine you're blow drying your hair but with this thing. It's called hover diffusing because this appliance is literally hovering around your head. The diffuser will never touch my hair. Like, it won't actively touch my hair, not yet. The moment my hair feels like crunchy, I will know that I have a gel cast. Like, you know, when you apply gel and your hair feels like really crunchy, that's when I know it's time to stop hover diffusing. Hover diffusing is really the time when I focus on drying my roots, and if you can notice, I'm not letting the appliance touch my hair. Also, I try my best not to touch my hair, like not to mess with it. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do that, but I try not to touch my hair because it really just messes up, you know, with my curls and creates a lot of frizz. So leave your hair alone and just keep hovering. I can see like some definition, it feels crunchy. What I do is make sure that my diffuser is switched off. Then I take a section of hair, I place it in the diffuser, I bring the diffuser to the top of my head, and then I turn the power on. I leave this on for, let's say, 10 seconds. Then I turn it off again. I turn off the diffuser and then release my hair. Now this may seem like a lot of work, but this technique really does make all the difference. This is how I dry my curls without letting them get frizzy. So pixie diffusing is really the secret. This is how you'll get really nice frizz-free curls. If you've tried using a diffuser like sometime in your life and you hated it, chances are you didn't try pixie diffusing. It really does make a difference. It may look like a lot of work, and it is, but this technique really does minimize, frizz, heat damage, and I've always had great results. Like, it's very consistent. The whole diffusing process takes me somewhere around an hour, and that's when I feel like my hair is completely dry. I know it's a lot of work, it's very tiring, but I find that my hair looks really good when I diffuse it as compared to air drying. I mean, there's not a huge difference between the two methods, but somehow I've noticed that whenever I diffuse my hair, I get more volume. I guess it has something to do with the fact that when I'm air drying my hair, I'm letting, my hair really sit with water for hours as compared to diffusing. I'm not sure, but I do like the results when I diffuse my hair. I've taken a hairpin and just placed it in the center of my forehead just to set the bangs in place because they can be very poofy at times. I take two more pins and just pin my bangs away because I really like this shape. Also, something to mention that I keep the heat settings at like a good medium because I do want to minimize on heat damage, and diffusing, I mean, it does involve heat. At this point, my hair is like almost dry. It's still damp in some places, and I can still feel like there's some water in my hair. Almost 80% dry. I don't know how to quantify it, but something like that. At this point, I'll take a claw clip, place it right here on my crown area. This just helps give me some volume here. Let me remove these pins. The bangs are always like the trickiest part. I think they look cute. Let me just see if I can fix the ends. Okay. So I'm back after what feels like ages, but I feel like my hair is pretty much dry. I don't think it's wet at all. Whew, that was an absolute workout, but so worth it. I won't use a lot. It's a very thick product, so I feel like a little goes a long way. Spread the oil between the palms of my hands. So I'll flip all my hair to one side. So I'll take the oil and just glaze it on top of my curls gently. Just spread the oil like evenly, and then I'll start scrunching very gently. I'll do this till I feel like my hair's nice and soft, till I feel like there's no crunch in my hair. And I only scrunch out the crunch when my hair is like completely dry, otherwise it creates a lot of frizz. Use your hands, shake out your curls from the roots. Look at that volume. I love volume. I'm gonna do something crazy and shake my head, flip it from side to side. The things you have to do with curly hair. I'll take my fingers and just separate my curls. Having a little bit of frizz is fine, it'll settle. Just take some oil and apply it here. I love the way this routine turned out. I can't believe it's only using drugstore products. There you go, that was pretty much it. I had so much fun filming this video. I love the way my hair looks, like the way this routine turned out. I've been using these products for a few months and I love everything that I've used. So affordable and so good. I would also be very grateful if you'd consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, I will see you very soon in the next one.